Hello, perceptive readers. This is James, and it's already 2025 in a lot of parts of the world. All right. What I want to share with you is this. Remember, the two greatest commandments does motivate us or require us as well in order to apply it fully to actually take into consideration everyone's opinion. Now, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. You know, when you've dealt with different people long enough, that there's just some persons that all they're just trying to do is pull your leg. And so, you always got to use your own experience with the matter and with different people. But see, like I'm saying, in general, as I've always stated, if you don't really know this person as an expression that I made from Adam, if you don't really know this person from Adam, then, you just don't treat every person the same. Just because you had this experience in this other area, what have you. And the reason why I'm emphasizing this is because some do. There's actually an interview that I shared of even a peace officer. And the peace officer had actually related about her motivation for being thorough in getting the information. Because it's just that important when a crime or something of that nature had been committed. And so she, in her interview, actually related that with her experience at one time when she was younger, she felt she did not get that same type of treatment when she experienced a crime against her. Okay. Now, I want to emphasize this is not to speak down on the profession. No, not at all. Because I also shared the interview where other persons became peace officers as well because of a good experience that they had with them. And the whole point is I'm really sharing this because I want to talk about your role and personality for different jobs. It takes a mental toughness. It takes this ability to be able to make decisions very quickly as well. And even in that profession, persons do suffer burnouts at times where they get more, quick in their responses, as far as because they've actually been through it so many times. It's just a reaction when it still may be some information sometimes where maybe they would want to, spend a little or a few more moments getting more details rather than just relying on the past, or that type of experience. But again, that's not what I'm really here to talk about. I'm still really wanting to emphasize the view of people and personalities who really do have extended training and knowledge that all such persons do their best to still keep their human and compassion side to their personality. See, some actually straight up lose it, lose that type of compassion. And it actually gets to the point where, yes, they grew in knowledge and they're also proud in a way. Nothing bothers them in this way or that way. But you want to make sure that as you go to maturity, you don't become so insensitive. You see what I'm saying? At times, that then, it can become a pattern of you just don't show no compassion at all when you should be showing compassion, when you should even take into consideration a thought of someone that would nowhere in the world actually have that same level of understanding or grasping of the subject that you do. But at the same time, you still treat that person with dignity and respect. And that's just something as an affirmation, even for the new year, so to speak, to always keep your humanity, which humanity and compassion is synonymous, that sticks together. And I was actually talking in general, even though I did use those interviews as an example, because this wasn't just a direct message to the peace officers or the first responders. No, I really wanted, if I had to name what I was really focusing or zooming in on, it was really still the different types of personalities that people study all the time and imitate. And, and that's what I mean. People look to imitate certain ones in this world. And yes, I mean, other than Jesus, who was the perfect example, everybody most likely got some type of quirk or foible, even in their very well trained personality or development of it, that at times, it shows. And so we just have to, keep that in mind, whether you picked out somebody to imitate or you're looking at yourself as some type of big brother to somebody or what have you, that I would always emphasize, especially if you're the mentor, that listening to others is important, not just even on the job. And I want to say again that you're teaching them to be balanced with it, because it doesn't mean that, as I mentioned before in another podcast, that a person who has just turned into more of a squeaky wheel just to waste your time, then that doesn't mean, you have to sit up there and take that either. But see, I just want to make sure that we express both sides of the situation. And so we will never lose that human compassion and willing to listen when we should be listening, or inquire when we really should inquire to a situation. Because, one of the things that it was a tribute to the police as well, that you can tell they work together with this, that, one of the statements that was made in it, that here it is, you're telling the truth, but people want to believe that you're telling the lie. See, now, isn't that interesting? This is the reason why, again, we have to be diligent, in actually getting to the bottom of things and not dealing with hearsay, but literally really searching thoroughly through different people, especially if it's going to affect somebody's life, where they are hurting their finances, their job, etc. That's where eventually we will get to as a brotherhood, humans, you see, across the globe. The stuff that is done now to hurt people and their livelihoods is just outrageous. And I'm to the point where I say again, no, it's not good enough for some people to be just saying, I don't have the time to do this or that. No, but if you got in that position, you better have the time to do it. And again, I'm just talking about any type of supervisory or what have you position. You take on that role, you live up to it. Have a wonderful day. And again, a great start to your 2025. Take care.